Hi, I'm Zaidra James. I'm a model. I used to go by Diamond, but I do social media influencing and I am a Broadway and fashion model. I'm originally from Jamaica, but I grew up, I went to middle and high school in Connecticut. Boring, boring, boring. I live in Houston, Texas is where it's at.
What inspired you to start modeling?
I really started when I was younger, like around the same time I started track, because I used to do track. I started modeling, but then I stopped when I was like 12 because my mom got tired of going back and forth to New York and I wanted to focus on track. And like after I finished with track, I was just like, oh my God, I want to like actually take this seriously. Simply because it's like growing up, everybody was like, oh, Zaidra, ew, so ugly. You know? So I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I want to take this seriously and put my best foot forward and see where it takes me.
What's your favorite thing about modeling though? Like, what do you enjoy the most about it?
The switch ups, like I love changing. It's like based on the designer or the shoot or whatever I'm doing. I basically get to get into character and become like a whole nother person, a whole nother version of me. You know, I work with a lot of companies, designers. Yeah, it's a lot.
You got a favorite one?
Okay, my favorite, to be honest, is probably like, it's not like the wildest, the best, but it's like my favorite personally is She, because I used to shop there all the time and now she done elevated and upgraded. And yeah, that's like my favorite company that I've been working with for years now.
So as a model, you work with a lot of brands and designers to help bring their ideas to life. So how do you stay true to yourself while working in somebody else's vision?
I feel like it comes naturally because it's like I take what they're showing me and like their idea and I try to bring it to life, but make it me. Because I don't like copying other models. So I'll look at their vision for the project and I'll take it into consideration and just like go with what I feel like I should be doing. You know, like I don't ever look at a picture and be like, oh my God, I saw this girl do that pose, let's do it. No, I just go with the flow and go with what my body tells me to do and whatever I'm wearing and it's based off what they tell me they want to see, you know?
You got a go-to pose?
I do. My go-to pose is definitely the flamingo. That's where my legs cross. It gives a little bit of shape because I'm skinny. Like, I don't got no hips. Child, I mean, illusion, okay? So that's my favorite for Instagram. Now for editorial, leaning back. I love leaning back. Like, you know, Matrix? Back in the days when they used to do the music videos where it'd be like, lean back. Yeah, I always, yeah.
How do you stay mentally grounded in an industry that's pretty fast-paced?
Take time to myself. Like when I feel overwhelmed, I'll take a step back, take at least a day or two to myself, or just working out. I make sure I'm always like on a schedule per se. Like, so even if I have a booking or a gig or whatever to do, every day I have my one thing that I do to like just woosah, you know? So every day I wake up and I do my one thing and then I keep it pushing.
Do you have any advice for any of the viewers that would want to be a model but are probably intimidated?
Everyone starts off not as confident, but as you grow in the industry and as you like learn yourself, learn your angles and what you like and what you don't like, you end up gaining and building that confidence if you don't already have it. But my advice to anyone is just stay true to you. Do you and do not aspire to be like anyone else in life. I feel like once you start idolizing other people and start wanting to be just like them, that takes away from you and you're the only you on this planet. So don't try to be anyone else and just stay authentic and true to yourself.
Do you have any inspirations in the modeling industry?
Of course, when growing up, my main inspiration or the person that got me into wanting to model was Naomi Campbell. Because I remember seeing her, I think it was a Victoria's Secret fashion show me and my mom was watching. And I just saw her walking and how like everyone was just, like the way everyone just looked at her and the way she just looked like she was just a walking, confident Black woman. And to see someone that looked close enough to me, like being viewed as that, it was just like, okay, I want to do that.
What's some cool places that modeling has taken you?
Miami Swim Week. Oh my God, Miami Swim Week has always been so hard for me to get into because, like I said, I'm literally not the most shapely model out there. I don't have boobsies. I don't have a bungie. I don't have, none of that. So the being in swimwears and stuff is not like my go-to because I know most designers look for more shapely females. So I've never been able to like pass the casting stage of Miami Swim Week. But I worked on myself a little bit, and my modeling took me to Miami Swim Week. It was all paid for. I didn't even have to cast. I didn't have to do any casting. I didn't have to do any of the other stuff everybody did. I was able to attend all the other shows, VIP. It has like brought me to meet a lot of bigger people, like influencers, artists. Like I've met a lot of big people through it. So I'm very grateful for it. Oh, and due to my modeling, my whole trip was covered. Even though it's not the biggest show I've been in, it's like my favorite because it's something I always wanted to do,
How are you though? Everything good?
Life is great, getting better. I feel like I had to start all the way over in this whole thing, like this year. So everything that's like happening now is like stuff that I just like created from the ground up in my career this year. Because I stopped modeling before for a year, almost a year. I was still doing social media a little bit. I'm on the storefront now. I feel like I'm a firm believer that if something's for you, it will always it's always gonna be for you. And like when the timing is right, it's just gonna happen smoothly. And that's exactly what happened. I just so happened to just be going to the store to grab something for myself, for real. But I went there because it was the biggest and I knew there's gonna have what I needed. So I went there. The owner, he's never there. He so happened to like just stop by because he wanted to look at the store because he was trying to figure out what he's gonna put on the windows. And then I came out while he was looking at it and he said, "Wow, you're beautiful. Do you model?" I said, "Yeah, I actually do." He was like, "I think I want to do something different. You inspired me." Boom. He booked me, did all the shit, and then it just happened.